Bit of simple levelling of the ground to lead up to the storage unit. Then put down the fabric, mark it with the stones there, so we've got a nice little walkway. Fill in the gaps with what's remaining of there. I've got another couple of loads left to do over on the grow box area, and I'll give a bit of a tour of that being done. And then that's probably going to use the majority of the wood chips, so do what we can with the other bits, but probably order another like 3 to 5 meters cubed, do the entire walkway down there, the walkway and the space around the pond would be nice, and if I've got enough up to the seating, and then eventually over to the back benchway as well, so we've got a really nice like spider in this section of the land, with the remainder going much more wild. The thing we've done is popped into a local farm shop that sells vegetables, very reasonable price, a half kilo of potatoes, some jalapeños and some peppers. It was like 60 kroner, 80 kroner, I'd have to check. And there's a bunch more in there, tomatoes and courgettes and all sorts. So that's for the paving stones. They need stamping on a bit and just balancing a little bit, but I think that's good. And there it is. It'll probably need a little bit of tidying up as we move through the seasons, because I think there's quite a lot of green matter under here. And it's not super even as these things go, but that's the problem with the ground. But we've got 4 fully functional grow boxes and 5 that will be ready for spring next year. 2 of the ones currently open will probably be retired. Likely this one, because there's been some issues with the leaves on the tomatoes. And then everything will get rotated around. So the grow space is pretty much done. And then again, hopefully by spring next year, we'll build this pathway out up to the driveway properly. So we'll have a nice setup. The expensive wood chips can still be occasionally seen poking through, but that's fine. I wonder about fencing a little bit, but it's maybe unnecessary. The main fencing job I need to do is to go around the caravan for this little guy up there. And that's that done. Maybe a little bit of tidy up to do once it's settled, but nice reliable access up to there. And this is what's left. So I reckon 3 or 4 wheelbarrows maybe. So it might make a dent down by the pond. It's not going to do everything, but I can maybe cover where the seating is, which could be nice. I think it won't go far enough for anything else, but yeah, time for a break. I'm starting to build out the pond space, so hopefully with a bit of pinning down we should be able to at least fill this, and then we'll work on getting this all right here, but probably also cut the way in here, build a little thing into here where the first tree I planted lives, because my plan is to put a little bench in here as well. So we've got lots of outdoor seating, which means I desperately need to buy some bat boxes and really clear some of these Swedish bugs out of the way. As far as I can go with the canvas I've got a little bit more, but not too much. We'll see how much wood chip fills here, but hopefully should make a decent cover and makes this quite a nice spot. We're reaching the end of the season, but my crop of Bernedoodles is growing very well. And then what we're doing now is filling up this centre point of 9, and the other 8 will pivot around it like a wheel with 2 empty points, and we're going to be planting these 8 strawberry bushes, because strawberries last forever, stay forever, so they can be in there. And then the corn is looking awesome, as is the beetroot. The broccoli's still not looking great, but the spinach is doing well. Tomatoes and mint are thriving. And then you can't see it, so I'll have to go over another point. But I've got 2 new blueberry bushes because they were on sale half price at Garden Gardener, which was great. So next year I should have more blueberries than I know what to do with. And there we go. 8 strawberry plants fully buried in soil, fertiliser and treated wood chips. So hopefully we should be getting a decent rain later on. Otherwise I'll get the hose out and water them all down. But yeah, it's probably it for growing this year. Got quite a few tomatoes to pick, and the corn in another couple of weeks, but we're looking good. So a bit of extra work to give these some height. The ones along the front are looking okay. One of them's a little bit struggling, but they're definitely doing a bit better further back. And then we can see along the front of the road there's quite a lot of oak tree saplings coming up. So I'm going to let them grow out now, and then when winter rolls around I'll go in and probably trim down some to choose a good selection and help decide which ones are going to go a bit further. So at the moment we are harvesting blackberries. So we've got a few kicking around. And then on the blueberry side, these are moving solidly into autumn with nice colours. But we've got this nice big bush that's just been planted. So we'll have 2 there. And then similarly on this side, maybe these are a little bit too close together, but it should be okay. We've got our established blueberry, and then a nice new one kicking in. And you can see these are doing right, so we definitely need to do some watering if we don't get rain overnight. Other than nearly breaking my leg as the ground gave way, the mulching of the 2 apple trees has gone pretty well. So that's well covered. This one I've cut back quite a bit already because there's quite a lot of dead weight on there. Most of the apples are already gone, but that should help next year's growth, get a better idea of what's alive. And then the other one, I've also trimmed back a tree that was right on top of it that was really strangling it out, so that's been cut way back. So hopefully again next year that should get some decent growth. Although I've got 2 other apple trees as well, but apples are good. It is autumn at Avalon. First of the leaves have fallen, but we have our tarmac driveway. So one of my jobs for this weekend is I need to get some photos of the drive in all its glory. Probably trim a few bits before taking the photo and send that in, and hopefully this is good enough. God knows what we'll do if it's not, because this is the best driveway in 30 miles. We've got a frog. That's such good news. Merlin grabbed it. Leave it, buddy. This way. Leave the frog alone. This way. Not entirely convinced. So just checking out how things are growing. Still at least another week on the corn, I think. The broccoli has probably given up. It's started to flower. Still got absolutely loads of spinach though. Strawberries are settling in, looking okay. Got a while with the beetroot still, I think. But we should have a bunch of tomatoes, and I'll have to do a proper tour of it, but I've got my harvesting belt, which has also got a bunch of other things attached. It's the dog belt I use, and I've got now a watercnive, multi-tool clippers, and this all attached around, as well as the dog's treat pouch. So I at least look like an idiot, but I've got convenient gardening stuff with me when I'm wandering around. So from one of the two legacy apple trees here, I just managed to get a big pile, quite good looking apples. Not giant, they're all quite small, but last week I put down mulch and things, and I trimmed off a couple of the bushes that were strangling it a bit, so hopefully next year this will grow and improve, because it's obviously a lot more well established than the two I've planted, which won't really be producing for another couple of years, or maybe 4 years. The one up by the bench over there, all the apples dropped, so I think that's an earlier start, and it's surprisingly humid. This oak tree is also beginning to come out quite nicely, so we've got a lot of acorns dropping. The amount of oak saplings across the land that have been springing up is kind of crazy, because there's so many oak trees here and they really seem to grow fast. So you can see just in here there's a load that are just popping up, so I've been trimming a few back, and I'll carry on doing that through the winter, try and select where I want the oak trees to appear, to just give that bit more of a privacy screening. So I particularly want them around the edges of the property, and then I'd really like to leave this space where the reeds are. I'd like to make that a bit more, maybe not grassy, but flat, just so there's a bit of space when I finally get around to sorting out the fencing that this guy can run about in. So it's getting there. The pond at least has a little bit of water in it now. Good job, buddy. Good job. Please don't go in the mud. You did yesterday or last week. It's not fun for any of us.